How many cars?
50.
How many days?
3.
How many in your crew?
1, but I came here hoping to negotiate for a second.
No way. It can't be done. I mean, you need time to prep, time to shop. You know that.
It has to be. They're gonna kill him.
Welcome back to The Last Row. My name is Drew, and I'm here with my very good friend, Badway.
What's going on?
On this podcast, we're going to watch movies that might not have been critically acclaimed, and we're going to try to find their silver linings.
Yeah, we'll discuss what worked, what didn't work, and try to put our own little twisted spin on certain plot points. Maybe recast, do something, mix it up a little bit.
So do you want to tell everybody what movie we watched this week?
Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's a fan favorite in my house.
Yep, starring Nicolas Cage, obviously. Retired master car thief must come back to the industry to steal 50 cars with his crew in one night and save his brother's life.
Is that even possible?
Yes. Yes, it is. Of course it is. It's possible to steal 49 and a half is what I know. I
sound like the guy from Ancient Aliens. Yeah. Is it possible?
Is it possible? Yes. Because aliens, it is possible.
Well, before we get into the movie and the plot and everything, let's talk about how we can get in touch, how people can get in touch with us. So you can find us at thelastrowpodcast.com. You can follow us on Twitter at thelastrowpod.
Tweet.
Look for us on Facebook.
Book.
We're on Google+. If you like the movie or you like the show and you want to let us know what you think about it, you can leave us a voicemail. We have a voicemail line.
Drop us a line.
415-779-LAST. That's 415-779-5278.
LAST.
And, if you're out there, go on iTunes, leave us a star rating.
A 6-star review.
Let us know what you think about the show.
7 stars.
Don't forget to let us know what you think. But with that, let's just jump right into it. What did you think of this movie? Have you seen it before?
Well, yeah. I mean,
who hasn't? Right?
Yeah, I've seen this movie maybe 5 times, and this is not one of my favorite movies by any means. But that shows you how many movies I watch. I've seen this movie 5 times, but I remember watching it. I believe I watched it in the theater. I was probably 13, 14 years old, I believe. Yeah. And I really liked it back then. Didn't think it was a masterpiece, but watching it now, this is the first time I've watched it in about, I don't know, at least 5 years.
Do you own the DVD?
I do not own the DVD.
Okay.
But I do frequent it on TBS.
It's a TBS and TNT classic.
It's a TNT movie.
It's a Turner movie classic there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I saw this, I think I did not download it, but someone else did.
Oh, yeah, sure. You're guilty by association,
I did not
buddy.
download it, but somebody else did, and I saw it, I don't know, probably a couple of years after it came out. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie, and like rewatching it now, since you rewatched it, did you like it any better or less than when you first saw it? I
feel like I liked it more. Like, I don't know, because I was overanalyzing it, and I kind of saw the more hilarity in it and more of the ridiculousness of it. I feel like I did enjoy it more than I did back then. I don't know. It was kind of one of those things where, I would watch, like you said, I would watch it on TNT. I would blindly watch it. I would watch it for scenes, but actually watching it fully through, I really enjoyed myself.
This was, when I first saw this, it was before Cage became Cage.
True.
He was not fully uncaged, if
he wasn't
you will.
Fully uncaged.
He was not uncaged at this point. He still was a kind of an Oscar-winning actor, if you will.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been a while since leaving Las Vegas between that and this movie. What is it? Well, actually, I think it might have been like 2 or 3 years.
A couple years, I think.
So he's still riding the coattails of his Oscar-winning performance.
He still had real hair.
Yeah.
I think we could go into detail about that.
Long story short, he's not a parody of himself.
Yeah, not yet at this point. So, but this was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Beginning of it. He was not in Ghost Rider yet. He was not in
He was well on his way to it, though.
Yeah. He knew what he had to do.
Yeah.
He had a couple more houses to pay for. But so to me, this movie breaks down to the relationship between Nic Cage's character, Memphis Reigns, and Kip Reigns, his brother, who's kind of a screw up.
Yeah, it's a total screw up. The worst little brother you could possibly have. And by the way, Kip Reigns is a total little brother name. What older brother is named Kip? It's always the little guy.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is too, Giovanni Ribisi is the actor that plays Kip Reigns, which is, I don't want to say it's crazy to me, but he's kind of a respected actor, right?
Well, sure, he's got crazy indie cred. I mean, he's an actor,
but
in a kind of a lower level sense. So
yeah,
I mean, we like to recast some of these movies, and we might get into that a little bit later on, but I feel like there's some comparisons we can make, but we'll save that for later on.
Well, one of the things that shows us that he's such a screw-up is the beginning of the movie, right? I mean, there's this terrible opening heist where they're trying to get this car, and they throw like a brick through a window or something, and the alarm goes off.
Yeah, it looks like their first time, right?
It's total amateur hour.
Yeah, it's his first time stealing a car, you would think.
But we found out later in the movie that they stole how many? It was like they were almost halfway done with his job.
He was trying to do the 50 cars thing before, like, this is the first attempt at him trying to do this job for this crazy mob guy, boss guy. And it was like his like 30th car or something like that.
Yeah.
And so if you're stealing number 30 with a brick through a window,
how did they get away with the first 30?
How'd you get the other 29 or however many? It's like, how did he get that far?
I don't know if they like just busted through the gates at these places, like full on with a Hummer or something.
You would think they all got crazy wanted levels on GTA or something.
Yeah,
it's like it's going nuts.
He really is. So not only is he a terrible car thief, he's also a terrible brother.
Terrible brother. He's a worse brother than a car thief.
But he's an even worse son.
He's a worse son. Horrible uncle.
Terrible.
Yeah. Nephew, not so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. To me, Kip is kind of a scumbag, and throughout this entire movie, we see how much of a scumbag he is. Like, I think there's another example between the two of them where it's later in the movie. I won't get into the detail, but it's like where Kip is being saved, obviously, by Cage's character, and they think that he's stealing his car, stealing his job, even though Cage saved his life.
Right. Yeah, he's delusional. Now, some would say, is Kip a lost cause? Most would say yes, but who says no? His older brother, Memphis.
The thing for me is, Memphis, to me, he seems like a good guy. Now, obviously, he's a hardened criminal, as we found out later.
Yeah.
Or he had a criminal past. He used to boost cars all the time.
He's not a murderer. I wouldn't say hardened.
I mean, but did he murder? We don't know.
In the past, maybe.
Maybe he did.
Don't show us that part.
Water under the bridge.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
What's done is done.
The movie shows us at some point in the beginning when he finds out that Kip is in trouble. He finds out that, he's got to come back and save his brother because his buddy Atlee comes out to the go-kart track.
Yeah, what was he doing before? Like, he's retired, right?
I think the thing for me is I'm wondering what the heck was he doing all these years after he quit this gig of boosting cars.
Yeah. So they show him teaching kids go-karts, running a little gas station, a little auto body shop, just doing the normal thing. Does he have a girl on the side? If he did, he left her pretty abruptly to go save his brother.
What do you think he's been doing all these years? Do you think he's been betting on go-kart races with kids or something?
He's total gambling situation there. Yeah, he kind of like swapped vices a little bit there. He's definitely into gambling. Stock car. He runs these little rigs like him and like maybe this other shady character he runs his business with. They kind of like do little side bets on the kids. I could see that totally happening.
I think the one thing that we realize is now that he's retired from car thieving, carjacking, he has a normal haircut.
Yes.
As you'll see throughout this movie, how many guys have the haircut? I'm doing air quotes for people that can't see me
Quote
right
unquote
now.
The haircut. By the haircut, do you mean the slicked back grease monkey haircut?
Yeah, like they just got done working on their car and they rubbed their hair with the excess grease for a little bit of hair product there.
Yeah, the answer is all of them.
Is that a requirement to get into the crew?
You have to. You have to. Actually, no. It's not a requirement, but it certainly won't hurt you. And
it's not going to hurt your cause.
Major bonus points. So you pretty much have to screw up the other parts of the test. But if you walk in with that hair, it's like one foot in the door and a couple toes.
Well, long story short, Kip's in trouble. Memphis has to come back and save him. So they have to steal all these cars in, 2 days or something?
Yeah. Real quick, another thing I like about these types of movies is like the one guy, Altby, he comes in, and an older friend of Memphis said, hey, Kip's in trouble. You got to come back. We got to do this job. And Memphis is like, no, I'm retired. And Opie's like, come on. And he's like, okay, I will.
You got to come back.
It's like, it takes him 2 seconds to change his mind. Like, all right, I'll come back.
I feel like if this movie came out after Fast and the Furious, it's been, these movies have come out where you get that tagline, it would be on the bottom of the movie poster, it would say, one last job.
Yeah.
Bring him back for one last job.
This is a total one last job until the sequel. So.
Yeah, Gone in 59 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Or is it Gone in 61?
Gone in 61, 59?
I don't know.
Did they go up or down? I don't know.
If they're faster.
They're faster. It'd be 59.
It's one faster.
Yeah, it'd be one faster.
But they've got to get the crew back together. And like I put the list together. So I put this list together of all the names, and I want you to tell me what you think of these guys.
All right.
Okay? So I've got like the crew separated into old guys and new guys.
Yeah, so what? Half of these guys are Memphis, a.k.a. Nicolas Cage's old car boosting buddies.
Right.
And the other half are Kip's younger brother,
buddies.
hot shot buddies that are just young, dumb, and full of you-know-what.
As I like to call them, the amateurs.
The amateurs. All right.
Amateurs. The first guy that, and the other thing that you'll notice in this is that how did they get some of these actors? Like I'll tell you who plays who, but Robert Duvall's the first guy. Okay, he's the guy that has this shop called Otto's.
Otto's. You see, I love that because Otto is the perfect grease monkey name. It's every mechanic shop in the world
has an Otto
in it. I guarantee you this. This is not up for debate. It's a fact. Every mechanic shop has an Otto.
So Otto is the car restoration guy, and he is played by Robert Duvall, who's somewhat of an accomplished actor, I guess. I don't know if this is a Jerry Bruckheimer film.
Yeah.
So maybe
he owed him one. I don't know.
So he's the first guy. He's the old guy. He doesn't really help them steal cars.
No.
He's just there drawing on the chalkboard.
He's the coach.
Yeah, he's the coach. He's the former
Yeah.
pro. Do you think he was Cage's Cage was his protege? Was he the original Memphis?
He taught Cage everything he knows about car boosted.
Yeah. Was he out there stealing cars before that, you think?
Absolutely, yeah. He was in the mix too. Now the movie doesn't say this, but it happened. I mean, it's clear as day.
So we got to wait for the prequel on that one.
Yeah.
Then you've got Angelina Jolie, who is this character named Sarah Sway Wayland. It's a play on words. You get it?
Totally got the nicknames going. Sway.
Kind of dirty, hot, attractive, but not, but sort of.
But that was Angelina Jolie's thing back then. Is dirty, hot, kind of, little, nasty haircut. She's got the grease monkey equivalent of the slick back hair for the female, which is the dirty locks.
So I don't know if she is a method actor like some of these guys out there, like, the Jared Letos, the Christian Bales.
Yeah.
Do you think that she stopped washing her hair like a year in advance for this role?
No way.
Like, do you think it's a wig? Or you think that's her real hair?
I think it's got to be a wig. I feel like there's no way.
I feel like she might have just went all in, just dyed it, and just...
This isn't a role to sink your teeth into. This is stealing 50 cars in one night. All right?
You don't think she lived on a hippie commune for like a year just to prep for this haircut? Like, it looks so nasty.
Now, Bale would have, but I don't know about her. I mean, this looks like, and this is one of the gripes of the movie I have, is that this character is so underdeveloped that I feel like they threw it in last minute. I feel like she filmed her scenes in one day.
Would you date Angelina Jolie looking like that?
Yeah, probably.
You would?
But I'll take anybody. Yeah. So, I mean, let's be honest here.
I mean,
I'm not choosy.
I don't know. See, I gotta tell you, I don't know if that would do it for me. I'm not into that haircut. I'm not really into that.
Well, you like your women clean cut.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You like a proper woman?
And I had a thing for Angelina Jolie back then. I got to tell you.
Sure, we all did.
I mean, I guess we all did, right? But I kind of liked her, and that haircut, it started the little bit of me not liking her anymore.
No, yeah.
I don't know.
She had to play the role, man. She had to play the role.
She embraced
That's
it.
a wig, though. There's no way she let her hair get that dirty, because that's nasty.
You're saying wig, I'm saying no wig, but I don't know, whatever.
We'll have to leave it to the internet to find out.
Yeah. We'll have to look that up.
If there's only a way, we can look this up.
If there was a wig, do you think it was for sale on thegoldencloset.com?
If it was for sale, consider a bid on, all right?
I will buy that for you for your birthday.
500 or under, it's mine.
Yeah. So then we've got, we talk way too long about her, but whatever. There's a bunch of other people here that don't matter. You've got Atlee Jackson, who is Will Patton, the racist coach from Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy that actually goes to Cage and says, hey, your brother's in trouble.
Yeah, so he's not part of the team. He was an old crew member, right?
Yeah.
But now he's working for the bad guy, Calitri, who we'll talk about in a bit. He's kind of like but he's on their side. He's rooting for them.
It's such a weird relationship, isn't it?
He has to deliver Kip if they don't steal the 50 cars by the allotted time to this bad guy, Calitri, but he's rooting for them. He wants them to succeed.
I feel like that's like having a mole. Like you're the coach of a football team. Like you're really an Eagles fan growing up, but you wind up getting a job with Dallas.
If you think about this guy, he's just a hired goon. So he doesn't care about the outcome of this. Like if this guy Calitri, the boss, gets his money, what does Altby care? He's not getting any kicks back. He's just getting his regular hourly wage. So he wants his friends to live and succeed.
I'd like to know whether he would actually have delivered him had he not stolen the 50
I like
cars.
that analogy, though. It's like playing for the Cowboys, but you're an Eagles fan. It's like he's an Eagles fan, but he's playing for the Cowboys, so he kind of doesn't want to win.
Is he sticking his foot out there like Mike Tomlin there, trying to block the touchdown return?
He's tripping kick returners. Yeah, he's doing whatever it takes on the sly.
Yeah. So then you've got Chi McBride, which I call fake Bernie Mac.
Is it Chi or Chai?
Chai, I don't know. I say Chi, but
it doesn't matter. I'm just for own personal curiosities.
Shy McBride.
Shy McBride.
C-H-I, Shy. Who his name is Donnie. Yeah. He's just, I don't know, he's just a car instructor, I guess. He's driving Asian women
He's just there to fill out the roster, basically.
Total racist scene where he's like driving the lady to like get her driver's license and she's like hitting everything down the street.
Asian woman can't drive. Total racist move.
Yeah, very, very tropey.
I laughed though.
It was funny.
I laughed.
It was funny. And then you've got Vinnie Jones, who is the morgue attendant who does not talk.
Yeah.
He's kind of this just big hulking bruiser guy that everyone's scared of.
What was it?
Sphinx.
Yeah.
That's kind of a badass nickname.
Got a badass nickname.
Yeah. So that's the old crew.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think they're pretty good at what they do. They're all mostly retired. Then you've got this new crew who's just pretty crappy.
The amateurs.
I mean, who leads them? It's Kip Raines.
Kipper.
He's like a lesser version of Memphis.
Yeah.
And you've got Scott Kahn, who's Tumbler, tough guy.
The tough guy, the boxer type, as they say in the movie, the boxer type.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of the Vin Diesel, if you will, in this movie.
Muscle. Yeah.
Except he doesn't really have a role. He's just a guy.
He's just just because you're tough doesn't mean you can steal cars.
Yeah. Then you got Mirror Man, who's just this guy with glasses.
This guy, I don't think he was in anything after this movie, or at least movies that were in my wheelhouse. I don't know.
Did it ruin his career?
Yeah. It didn't even start it.
Like I said that.
Do you think he got paid for this movie, or was he an unpaid intern?
He was an intern.
Yeah.
I said Chi McBride is fake Bernie Mac. To me, this is fake Mos Def. he looks just like Mos Def to me, like, or whatever his name is, Yassine Bey or now whatever.
Mos Def.
So Mos Def. Then you've got the guy from Donnie Darko, the guy who was the bunny.
He turned out to be the rabbit.
Yeah,
okay.
Freb. And then you've got Toby, who's this young buck who just doesn't really know anything except technology.
He's a tech guy.
But for a guy that knows technology, they didn't really use a lot of technology in this movie.
No, they didn't, did
they?
No, they didn't.
I mean, they went out of their way to talk about, we got the tech guy. He's going to do tech stuff. Yeah. He didn't do anything.
What did he do? He hacked into the DMV.
That was it.
And they got like addresses on like 20 cars or something. Maybe less. I don't know. And after that, it's just him just being there in the background.
Terrible too.
And he got shot accidentally one
time.
Like
an amateur.
Yeah. So he was there for nothing.
I want you to tell me about the cops because I know you have particular feeling about these guys.
So the people that are against Memphis here and their crew are these two cops, this buddy cop duo. You have Detective Castlebeck, played by Delroy Lindo.
What a fake name.
And you got Detective Drycough, which is a horrible name.
He doesn't even have a first name in this movie.
No, they just call him Drycough.
Listen, I say they're doing him dirty. Timothy Olyphant. He's way too good of an actor to be a guy without a first name.
So the other guy, the young guy, is Olyphant, who has like 2 lines the whole movie, and his only lines are to basically like be the comic relief or kind of like prod the older guy, Castlebeck.
He probably has like 10 lines in this entire movie, and he's the guy that has the source. Yeah, the guy who is like, they were cornering him in the bathroom or some weird crap like that. Yeah,
they got intel on some past criminals to try to give them the inside info. But yeah, so Detective Castlebeck is kind of the worst cop in the history of the world, isn't he?
He's pretty terrible.
So he was chasing Memphis way back in the day when Memphis was in his heyday.
When he had slick back hair.
Yeah, when he had slick back hair, when he was Memphis effing Reigns, all right? So
He'll steal any car.
So Memphis retired, pulled the rug right out from Castlebeck. Castlebeck could never bust him. Now that he's back, Castlebeck is all over him.
He's the white whale, man.
He's like, I know why you came back. You're here to do a job, and I'm going to get you. I'm going to bust you. Don't think I don't know what you're doing.
What if he was just there to say hi to his mom?
No.
He's in for Thanksgiving.
He's got these instincts. He's a detective, all right?
A terrible detective.
Detective Castlebeck.
The worst detective ever.
So he basically shirks all of his police duties, just fouls up murder investigations. He's tripping over people just to try to get Memphis
Was it
raised.
like there was that scene where the cop was in there and it was like the FBI or like some type of federal marshal? They were trying to get Calitri and they were talking about how he's encroaching.
Yeah. So he doesn't care. He's trying to get Memphis. I'm pretty sure that he was on like a murder case or something. They didn't say this. This is just my own personal thought.
Yeah.
Is that he was probably on some other murder case and he was using his police time to track Memphis when he should have been tracking his murderer. That's probably what he was. This is the kind of cop we're talking about here. Personal vendetta. Can't let this one go. So this duo, this buddy cop duo, which I actually like, even though they're horribly acted, it kind of seems like a USA comedy, doesn't it?
I feel like it's exactly that. Like
Castlebeck and Dry Cough. You know?
On Sunday night at 7.
It's just they're like every scene with the two cops in it are kind of like different than any other scenes in the entire movie. But I still kind of like it, even though it's bad.
They even look like they're shot differently.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to make a TV movie and they decided to use it for this movie or something.
Some of the shots are like, even the directors, like it's kind of like looking up at them sometimes from the ground up. It's like, it's really strange. Like I don't understand what they did there.
I think the thing is too, and Delroy Lindo, I don't think he's been in much. I think he was in a cop show on TV.
I feel like I've seen him on random TV shows, one-off episodes.
It was
here
like
or there.
USA or something. He was on something, right?
But,
and he rushed through his lines so bad, and his I'm not an actor, okay? I am not an actor. I am the furthest from a professional actor. Okay,
you sure? I could see you.
But I do feel like
you could be the tech guy.
I could act
in Kip's crew.
I'm gonna hack the mainframe.
Yeah, you could hack some mainframes.
Open a socket, as they would say in 24. Let's open a socket.
You could open a socket or two in your day.
Chloe, back in the day, I used to open a socket, but I think that this actor races through his lines. The pacing's off. Like I mean, we'll talk about recast because I have a list for you of people that I would rather see in this role.
Yeah,
I think that they could have done better.
Yeah,
and I like this movie. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend the whole time bashing this guy, but I feel like there was some questionable acting in this movie, and it's one of its flaws. But more than anything, this Detective Castlebeck character, the lines, some of the important lines and like little kind of speeches he gives, he rushes through them like it's nothing. Like, hey, I know why you came back. Brother's love is a brother's love. Go on, get out of here, Memphis. Like, and this is the actual pace this guy is doing right now, and it's just it kind of like turns your head at a serious point in the movie because like is that like the first take?
There's a couple sound clips. We'll post the videos on the post with this podcast. There's like a couple YouTube videos that we could point to that are just perfectly illustrating the point
the one scene where he first sees Memphis back in town.
Yeah,
it's such an oddly paced scene that I feel like they took one take and they were like, all right, that's it, that's good enough.
You know what though, as bad as he is, I feel like he kind of made the movie for me a little bit. I liked him, and to me, he's one of the silver linings. I kind of like him.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the hell out of him, but to be real, he wasn't that great. Not so good.
Yeah. The bad guy.
Ooh.
Raymond the Carpenter.
Now, talking about
Calitri.
People I love.
Doesn't that sound like a wrestler?
The Carpenter Calitri?
I mean, he
are you kidding me?
Like Hacksaw,
yeah.
You know? He comes out and he puts him he comes out with a 2x4 or like a buzzsaw or something.
He's got like a table leg. Like a freshly crafted table leg.
Or he walks out with a wooden chair.
Yeah.
And he smashes it over the guy's head.
It's beautiful.
At SummerSlam.
Yeah. Instead of the steel chair, he's got the wooden chair.
Oh my, here comes the Carpenter. That's what I see. Yeah. I see him. The wooden table leg. That's perfect.
No, yeah, his finisher is the buzzsaw. Yeah, you know, it's all good.
My God, we could write the whole thing here.
Yeah.
No, so where does he rank in terms of aliases with that name there? I mean, it's the Carpenter.
I love the Carpenter. See, here's the thing about this guy, and what I was thinking of this current time I saw this more than anything, I was thinking about Calitri more.
Yeah.
This guy, so he's got what is it? Kind of like a British. What kind of accent
British,
is it?
I guess.
I think
he's a British
He's
actor.
got a British accent. Really tough. Tough guy. He's got the brass knucks. Talks a big game. He's got the goons on his side. He's a really small guy, too.
Yeah, he's pretty
a little small. But that's
tiny.
what I like about it. He's really tough for such a small guy. He talks tough.
He's like a leprechaun to me. He looks like a leprechaun.
Yeah. So there's a scene where he walks Memphis into his lair. It's like, what is that place? It's like a junkyard. It's like and it's like a steel mill. It's like all rolled into one. Like,
Step
what is
into my
that?
office.
Yeah.
Step into my office.
So he brings him into his office area, and he explains to him how he's this carpenter. He makes these wooden art pieces. Like he's got little Calitris all over his lair there.
How much does a Calitri go for?
You know, probably $5,000. He's got like price tag on him, I bet.
Does he go to like craft shows on the weekend
Sure.
and sell these things?
Absolutely. He goes to flea markets, you know, little Calitris.
I do feel like it says a lot about a tough guy that he can work with his hands intricately like that. Like he will build a coffin to put your brother in.
Yeah, he did that. He had a coffin, literal coffin. He said, "Listen, I'm going to put your brother in this thing that I made.
I mean,
you don't bring me these 50 cars."
Is that one of the most like badass moments of a movie? Like I feel like that moment flies under the radar in movies.
It's one of the toughest things I've ever seen. It really was, and coming from such a small guy.
Yeah,
and the fact that he's like this meticulous woodworker. and,
I'm so
no. So the fact that he's such a meticulous woodworker, and it's like they kind of look like I'm not a very big art guy, so like for lack of a better word, Picasso looking type wood, you know, where it's kind of like all over the place. Like there's like an arm sticking out, there's a leg sticking out here. It looks like a seat, but it's really like a helicopter. I don't know, you know
like
what I mean?
Abstract.
Yeah, very abstract. That's the word I'm missing here. It's kind of like it. This guy's freaking nuts, isn't he? That's what it makes you think like.
I think it's awesome that he's a carpenter and he's also like a world-class criminal that murders people. Yeah. It's just the combination of that is hilarious, and the fact that he actually shows Memphis the what's it called, the casket that he made for Kip. He shows him a casket and he's like, "I'm going to put your brother in this." How badass is that?
Absolutely.
This guy to me is up there, and I feel like we're talking about silver linings in movies. To me, like this guy, he wasn't in it enough, I don't think.
He was in the beginning and the very end, and that's it.
I feel like he definitely should have been in this movie more.
Movie would have been 10 times better with more Calitri.
If I could rewrite this movie, I would add more scenes of him. And I know that it wasn't about him.
Yeah.
But I felt like I did enjoy this movie, but he was definitely part of it.
How about this? What if, like, spitballing here, they're stealing these cars this night, right? And then, so they're bringing them in, like maybe car 23, 24. They show a scene where they drive a car in. Even if it's just Calitri sitting there, like, heckling them while they're bringing in. You better bring me that 50th car. You're running out of time, assholes. Like, you know, something. Just give me a one-liner. Give me something. I need more Calitri in my life.
Yeah, I think that for me, it could use more Calitri.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But I do like it. And I think he was part of my favorite part of the movie, if that makes any sense. I'm going to ask you on a scale of a final boss rating, okay?
All
now,
right.
and this takes into a lot of accounts. On a final boss rating, I'm gonna create a scale for you, okay?
Okay, all right.
Like 1 or 0 is Vigo the Carpathian.
We'll go 1 to 10. All right.
I'm going to relate it to other villains in movies. So I'm going to relate it to Vigo the Carpathian.
Okay.
Kind of a better idea than an actual villain. And I'm a Ghostbusters fan. I like Ghostbusters too.
Better in presentation than execution.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Execution, I mean, he needed a baby to execute his plan. He couldn't even get the baby himself.
He was in a goddamn painting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for the whole movie, all right?
As I'm literally looking at a picture of Vigo sitting right next to you, for the people who cannot see this, there is a painting of Vigo right next to Badway.
You have
right
the
now.
poster. I mean,
I have it.
I love Vigo, and we're huge Ghostbusters fans, as you guys will know. But yeah, great idea, but when he stepped out of the painting, he was gone in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He was defeated.
That picture of him like pushing the broom always ruins it for me.
Yeah.
The actor, like he's brooming the sidewalk.
Oh man.
So anyway, sorry, I digress.
So he's 1 as in the worst.
He's a 1. I don't really have anything in the middle, so we'll figure it out.
What's 10? Who
But
would be 10?
I'm gonna say Arnold Schwarzenegger as Terminator 1.
Interesting. All right,
because he does not stop. He's relentless.
Not T-1000, who is just as formidable.
I like T-1000, but that was with computer graphics. Arnold is he was the original, the OG. Like, he would not stop until he got crushed in like a machine.
Tell you what, T-1000 might be 9.5 though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's up there. I actually think that he's probably tougher. But
you got to go Arnold. Arnold will punch your head off.
Yeah. So where does Calitri rank on this scale to you in terms of like how much fear does he put in somebody? You know, like how crazy is he?
Here's the thing, and what ruins it for him is that while I am afraid of him, I would be stammering if I was talking to him.
Yeah.
Nic Cage is like making fun of him to his face the whole time.
Yeah.
In the beginning and the end, up until when he tells him he's going to kill him. He's making fun of him, so that he loses points for that.
I don't know is he like because he's 2 feet taller than him? Like,
yeah, it has to be.
You know what's funny? Like I'm just imagining him like 3 feet 3 feet shorter than he actually is.
Yeah. I mean, they gave him lifts, and he's still short. Right,
so are we talking about like a Freddie Prinze Jr. situation where he's like on. They got to give Kiefer Sutherland like to make him take his shoes off.
Yeah, he was just so short. Couldn't work with this guy. That's why he wasn't in it much. Right. No. So the fact that Nicolas Cage just makes fun of him, the only scenes he's in, so that drops him to at least a 4. Right.
Yeah.
The fact that he isn't in it much and he's not there to menace them drops it down to maybe a 3. But what did you say? You told me this right before we. Yeah. What was your favorite thing about him at the end? At his demise.
My favorite thing. Okay, so in the last scene of the movie, obviously we're going to spoil it for you because we're talking about this whole movie in detail.
No, there's still people from 16 years ago that haven't seen this movie yet.
Hit stop and then go watch it and then hit play again. But my favorite part of his character was that the guy was at the very end. He's falling off the ledge after Cage kind of pushes him off, and yeah, in the layer, it's kind of in the wood shop. It's kind of an interesting scene where he falls, kind of like a bitch.
Yeah,
but
he got like drop kicked off the thing by Cage.
I mean, he should have had a little bit more awareness.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't even. He has no peripheral vision. This guy, okay, he was staring at him, and Cage walked at him like on the side, pushes him over the edge, and he starts falling. But what does he do? He pulls that gun out and he goes, bang, bang. He's going to get you. Yeah. He's falling and he takes the last shot. I like it. If I'm going down, you're coming with me.
As he's falling to his demise, he shoots up. A total desperation move that maybe peg Cage on his way down.
I feel like wherever you gave him, I got to give him a +1.
Got to respect that.
And the fact that he fell into his own coffin.
All right, I'll give him a 3. Let's give him a half point.
All right, 3.5.
3.5 on the 10-point villain scale. On the final boss scale.
The final boss scale. So in that mode,
but had so much potential though.
He did. I feel like they could have used him. Yeah. And maybe if they made a sequel, like it's actually written that coffin was like a trap door and he fell into it because we never saw him get pronounced at the scene.
Yeah,
right?
He landed in that coffin he built, which total irony. Yeah,
he could have put a springboard.
He
in there
literally dug his own grave.
Yeah,
so.
That's too awesome.
Yeah, so that was possibly the strongest character in the whole movie, and they didn't have enough of him, so that was unfortunate.
I agree. Another question for you about actors in this movie.
Yeah.
And kind of playing off what we said about the detectives and the cops and
the USA Network special.
Yeah, the USA Network special. Castlebeck.
The show would be Castlebeck because Drykoff wouldn't even get billing in that.
They would rotate him in and out.
Yeah.
What's worse? Okay, what's worse for you? Delroy Lindo's acting or Detective Castlebeck's like police abilities? I don't even know how to say it. Is it police work? Police abilities? Policing?
His policing.
His policing? What's worse to you?
His officiating.
Yeah.
He's an officer.
Wait, what's worse to you? His officiating or the actor's acting abilities?
I mean, I thought he was pretty bad in this movie. I mean, and he had good lines, and he didn't do them well. And so, having said that, the police work is worse. Yeah, he's getting in the way of building Calitri's murder case just for some Grand Theft Auto, which is some bull.
Because he has a personal vendetta.
You know he's working the Charleston murder, which isn't a real murder. I made that up. You know he's working that murder, and he's just totally shirking his responsibilities to go feed his rivalry with Randall Reigns. You know, it's just total shoddy police work. He goes on a high-speed chase The whole
through the city.
The 20 to 30 minute chase at the end of the movie. He's putting lives in danger.
After
he's chasing. Just let him go.
After they told him to stop.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're messing this murder case up.
Just let the dude go. And like, people died in that chase.
It's
Innocent
one car.
people died in that chase.
It's just Eleanor, man.
Let him go. You know where he lives. You'll get him later.
I don't know. I feel like he's a terrible actor, but like we said before, not to beat a dead horse, he kind of made the movie for me because it was endearing a little bit.
I still loved his work. I did. So maybe he did
you're
a good job.
So you're a fan.
Yeah.
What if it was calculated? He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. It could be part of the movie's charm. I don't know.
What's the probability that they'd actually be able to pull this off too? Like, I think we did the math on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? So if they have a full, so originally they were given 48 hours.
No, they were given 4 days.
72 hours, 3 days.
I think 3 days. Yeah, 3 days.
But they spent a lot of time wasted on like recon and just hanging out.
Yeah.
Having like a picnic or a beer on the porch.
Yeah, so when Memphis first met Calitri basically told him, you got to do this job for me or your brother's dead. I'm going to kill him. You can't buy me off. You have 72 hours. Get the hell out of my office, basically, whatever.
Get out of
so
my
Raines
shop.
goes home. He goes, visits his mom, has Kip cook him breakfast. By the way, Kip ruins breakfast. Another screw up.
That's
move. So gets
He's such a loser.
breakfast, calls up the crew, and all of a sudden it's like, there's like 24 hours left until we got to steal these 50 cars. They're like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll do it all one night.
They really dragged their feet too, right?
Totally dragged their feet.
They gave some BS excuse of, well, we can't do it before that. It's not feasible because we got to do them all in one night so that by the time the first one's reported stolen, the last one's riding on the boat.
That's the way they put it. So poetic.
That's to justify the fact that they wanted to waste time for 2 days planning.
No freaking way. You could have stolen cars at night multiple days. Well, whatever.
And they had to basically steal 2 cars an hour, assuming that they have a full 24 hours, which they didn't because you said it to me before we started recording.
Yeah.
What did they? They
They
didn't
started
even
at night of the last night, so they had like 14 hours.
So I mean, originally I had said, okay, if they have a full 24 hours to steal and deliver cars, they got to do 2 per hour. The only people stealing were Cage, Jolie, Tumbler, Ribisi, Fake Bernie Mac, Mirror Man, and Sphinx.
That's 7.
So what is that, 7?
7.
So 7 people stealing 50 cars means they have to steal, what, 7 each?
Yeah.
Per person? But they were working in like pairs and trios. So that means that, what, if you double that, it's 14 each.
14 cars.
You know how many? I don't think that that's possible.
No, it's a pipe dream.
But it's a movie.
Yeah.
And we liked it anyway.
When you're the best, man. When you're the best, you got Memphis Raines.
Memphis did it.
How about when they're getting ready to start the thing, right?
Yeah.
They got their crew together. They got their plan mapped out.
Yeah.
They're ready to go out the door. What happens? So the old guys start getting in the flow, right? Memphis, they have this routine. Put on the boom box. Was it Lowrider?
Yeah, Lowrider.
Lowrider starts playing. What does Memphis do? Puts on the leather jacket.
He takes it out of the box.
Takes it out of a box, puts on the leather jacket. He was Randall Raines. But when he puts on that leather jacket, he's Memphis.
He becomes him. It's like a costume.
Yeah, he becomes Memphis Raines. And I thought that was interesting.
I really wish he would have slicked his hair back.
Yeah. Oh,
I really wish he
gotta
would
throw
have
it
slicked
back.
his hair
That's
back.
total flub. But you know that he had that written in his contract. My hair's got to be this way. Because every movie, his hair is like a certain way. It's got to be perfect.
Nic Cage's hair has evolved to like an animal on his head or something. Like I'm willing to bet like he has like a wig cap on underneath and he wears wigs all the time.
I feel like you need to flesh this out. This should be a research project for you. We
All
can
right.
post it on our website.
I promise I will do that.
At some point, we'll probably be doing a lot of Nic Cage movies over the course of this thing. So that's your job, is to research this hair thing and get something substantial on paper here.
Speaking of Cage, what's the possibility of a Cage and Jolie romance like on the set of this movie?
A little loving in the trailers.
I mean, in real life,
In real life?
like were they in the trailer hanging out?
Yeah,
you know
what?
Hanging out.
You would think it's yes, but it's a hard no.
You don't think so?
It's a hard no.
Not even a chance.
She's not into that. She's into the bad boy, the dirty bad boy,
Like
right?
the Billy Bobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess she
went
was,
with the Billy
literally.
Bobs. And if you're not a dirty bad boy, you got to be hot, like Brad Pitt.
Like Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Cage is not a bad looking man. I could say that, but he's not like first, he's not dirty. He's kind of weird hot, right?
He's like a regular looking dude.
Yeah, he's weird hot. He's regular dude. He's regular dude, good looking. He's not. I take back hot. He's not hot.
So you don't think Nic Cage is hot?
No, he's not hot. He's regular. He's regular good looking. He's movie star, okay looking.
He's had professional
Yeah.
attention, right?
Yeah. He's not a beast.
So you don't think there's any chance that they were
No, what do you
hooking up?
think? You think?
I think that maybe just one night when they were done rehearsing that scene after she like straddled the clutch or she straddled the stick in the car where they were like trying to hook up with that car.
So she was thinking about it. He was thinking about it. Who makes the move?
Yeah,
Who bangs on whose trailer?
I think she did.
Yeah?
Because she seems like she's going to get what she wants.
She'll hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
He'll want more, and she'll be like, no, had mine.
I could see him falling in love with her.
Yeah.
But I feel like she just needs to
She wanted to get it out of the way.
Yeah. She needs to build the chemistry.
I could respect that.
Build the chemistry, so to speak.
I could respect that.
So I don't know. I maybe we should talk about our favorite scenes. Like
Sure.
I think I had a few favorite ones. The first one I'll say is I loved the scene where Cage walks in to buy the Ferrari.
Oh,
Or he's trying to scope out the Ferrari dealership, and it's that guy again, slick back hair.
Yep.
But millionaire slick back.
oh, he
millionaire
did.
slick back.
He did.
It wasn't the kind of slick back that these greaser guys were
Yeah.
doing.
No,
it
no,
was
no.
like
It was like 80s Wall Street slick
yeah,
back.
it was Gordon Gekko,
Yeah, it was
like
Gordon Gekko slick
$500
back.
haircut
Yeah.
slick back.
Let me ask you this. I can't remember. Maybe you remember. Did he have the suit with no tie?
No, I think he wore a
Did
tie.
he have a tie? Because that's ultimate baller
I
status.
think he wore a
The suit
tie.
with no
I have to look at the clip. I
All
can't
right.
remember.
He probably did have the tie.
But I love that scene because Cage walks in, and to me, like that was vintage Cage,
Classic Cage.
where he goes in there and he's overacting.
He's hamming it up.
but in a good
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
Total
I love
Cage
that
move,
scene.
right?
That was definitely one of my favorites. I just thought the way that he was talking like a rich like wanker was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I went through some of mine as we were talking through this. One was Calitri's woodworking. I love the Memphis leather jacket thing.
Yeah.
And another thing we were going to get into this is talk about the lack of technology for technology's sake.
Yeah.
How about the fingerprints? What did you like about the fingerprints?
I thought that was so stupid.
So who said what?
It was Bernie Mac was going out back and he was like, "Oh, we need some gloves." Or so one of the guys was like, "I need some gloves."
I forgot my latex gloves.
And which is a simple thing. I mean,
Yeah.
go down to the dollar store and get a pack.
Everybody's got latex gloves.
But I mean, they work in a car shop, don't they have them? He was in the auto body restoration.
Yeah.
Didn't they have gloves there?
Yeah, they got the blue things, right?
Yeah, the blue gloves. So I thought that was funny. So then Mirror Man comes out and he's like, no, we got the hotness, man. We got the new technology. And he shows him paint on fingerprints.
Yeah, it looks like jelly. It looks like petroleum jelly.
But it's like, it's the most unnecessary use of technology in the entire movie.
It skeeved me out watching him apply this to his hand.
But what about the handprint?
Yeah.
He's like, you don't need gloves, man. We got this fingerprint thing. It's like, what about their hand?
It's unnecessary. Like, usually technology makes your life simpler. This is just more disgusting and more cumbersome, right?
I just thought that was the dumbest use of technology in the movie. I mean, they could have instead of having Mirror Man go and act like a pimp, they could have hacked the closed circuit television. That would have been a great use of technology. But they have this guy like, hey man, we got the new fingerprints. So I thought that was. It was one of my worst, but also one of my favorite scenes.
And also, real quick, one of the last scenes was where Calitri gets kicked off by Cage as he's saving Detective Castlebeck's life because Calitri had Castlebeck dead to rights.
Yeah.
So he kicks him off, and then they're in a standoff because now Castlebeck has Memphis. He can turn him in, right? He has him red-handed.
Yeah.
And then he goes into that crazy speech of, I know why he came back, man. A brother's love is a brother's love.
Go.
Yeah. You tore his child to shreds with that little escapade of yours with Eleanor. Eleanor's the name of his car.
You and your little Eleanor.
You and your little Eleanor. Like, so poorly delivered, but it's a good speech.
It was a great speech.
Poorly delivered.
I feel like any other actor
Yeah.
could have delivered that better.
So then he's basically, go on, get out of here before I change my mind. Go. So he's been shirking his police work. He's been interfering with investigations for murder of this mob boss. And then he just lets the guy go.
How many people died for him to let him go?
Just put the cuffs on that guy. I don't care he saved your life. Arrest that man.
He totally is the worst cop of
And you know
all
what?
time.
Cage, Memphis would have been fine with it because he came back to save his little brother's life, not his life. But I digress.
Oh, man. So I think that's a great scene. We can talk about what worked and what didn't. I mean, there's a few things that worked great. I think we kind of talked about those already. What didn't work for you quickly? Like, was there something in here that you didn't think worked well?
Yeah. First of all, and most glaringly to me was watching this back now was Angelina Jolie's role. It's not what she did. It's what was written in for her.
It seemed like a tack on, didn't it?
I felt like it was a total tack on. I felt like that character didn't exist until they were about ready to film, and they were like, you know what? We need another big name on this movie poster. Who are we going to get? How about... The movie didn't need a love interest because it had the brother thing. Yeah, I feel like that was enough emotion.
Hey man, a brother's love is a brother's love.
A brother's love is a brother's love.
A brother's love is...
I felt like Jolie's character was tacked on and unnecessary.
Yeah.
And it kind of didn't make much sense.
I think she was featured prominently on the poster too, right? I mean,
it's Angelina Jolie. She's a good looking woman.
Sells tickets, man.
What else? There's a Masterpiece subplot.
Yeah, that was kind of crappy.
90s rapper, mogul, No Limit Records. He was like a rival gang member who when Memphis was boosting cars in the past, I guess you're led to believe that they were at odds, that Memphis had done him dirty. So Masterpiece sees him back on the scene and he tries to get him. And Memphis makes him look foolish a couple times and then eventually gets the guy arrested. That was like 10 minutes of the movie here and there that could have been completely cut. It was unnecessary.
It was trying to be comedic, but it wasn't really funny.
Yeah. It didn't even work. Like, it wasn't even good for comedy's sake.
I have two things. The one was the trope of Vinnie Jones not talking until the last scene where he does like the most eloquent speech. He's speaking like Old English.
At the barbecue.
Like Shakespearean acting, which at the end of any heist or anything, obviously you have to have a barbecue, right? Like,
cook it in the car.
On the car engine.
Yeah.
That's like such a thing, you know. You've completed the heist. You gotta go have a cookout at the Otto's auto shop.
Burgers and dogs. They got every condiment ever on the table.
Yeah.
They're sipping Coronas. Yeah.
The other thing that I thought was kind of dumb was I didn't understand, and maybe there's people out there that can help me understand that in the year, I think it was filmed in 2000, right?
Yeah.
There was 3 cars on the list of cars on the ladies.
Yeah.
The list of ladies.
So every car had a lady's name.
Yeah, and I think that the 3 that stood out to me were a 2000. I mean, there's like Lamborghinis, there's Ferraris, there's
all the hotness,
Porsches, all these crazy cars, and then you've got a 2000 GMC Yukon.
Wait a minute.
I'm not saying that's a crappy car. That's a nice car, but it's a Yukon. Come on, man. Like, couldn't they just
get that anywhere? Why does Calitri want that?
Who wants this?
They're not chopping them. They want them.
Who wants to steal that?
Is that a collector's item?
That makes no sense to me. And then you've got a 2000 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Ooh.
I mean, a little more exotic is the Volvo Turbo Wagon R.
Which, a mob wagon?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Hey, it's a safe car. You know, we got to steal it. No, I think, and the other thing too is there's like really crazy, like exotic names for some of the exotic ones.
Yeah.
And these 3 cars, I'll tell you, the Yukon's name is Megan. The Land Cruiser's name is Kathy, and the Volvo's name is Lisa. Yeah. Not a bad names. It's very regular names.
Regular
right?
girl next door names. It's not like Natasha.
Yeah.
It's not sexy.
It's no Madeline.
Yeah, it's not Sasha.
Nadine.
Yeah.
Nadine, the Ferrari's 275.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are 2 things that didn't work for me. Did that ruin the movie? No, I still love this movie. I absolutely love this movie.
Real quick, I have a question. Before we get into some cast changes here, I have one final question for you off the cuff here. Kip Raines, right?
Yeah.
He gets saved by his brother at the end of the movie. So Memphis, they're all cooking out. They're having a great time. Kip buys him Eleanor, his long-lost car.
The piece of crap junker.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a Shelby GT
it's a Shelby
500.
GT 500, yeah. So it's all junked out. They're going to fix it up. Buys him the car. Total gratitude for his services, right?
He thought he stole it, too, which is hilarious.
Yeah, right. So, and then Memphis drives off to the sunset with Sway, Angelina Jolie, credits roll, right?
Yeah.
How long until Kip screws up again?
I'm giving it like 2 days.
How long? Does Kip learn his lesson? And if not, how long until he commits another crime?
Listen, this dude doesn't know how to live, okay? Yeah. Like, there was this part in the beginning of the movie where they're like, oh, Dad died, so we had no choice but to boost cars.
That's what you got to do.
I'm not trying to belittle the fact that they didn't have a father figure, you know? But it's like they really simplified it in the dialogue.
Yeah, hey.
It's like, I know people that, like, if you do not have a father figure, sometimes they say you could get into trouble, right?
Right.
So they didn't have, a person watching off. Their mom was working all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, Dad died. We had no choice. All we had to do was boost cars now.
We had to make some money somehow. And hey.
So that's all he knows. That's all he knows.
Okay.
And as much as Memphis wants to settle down with Sway and have a family, have little Memphises and whatever, I feel like his brother's totally getting in trouble again. And that's where Gone in 61 Seconds or Gone in
59
seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's either faster or one slower, but I think that's where that would come in. But I give it like a couple days.
I agree.
He doesn't know how to make money.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
he probably got the thing from Calitri's junkyard.
He didn't learn anything.
He didn't buy it.
Yeah.
He says he bought it. He got that from Calitri's junkyard.
He totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's good.
So I put this list together here of changing out actors. We don't have to go through all of them. I kind of thought, okay, if you could recast this movie, would it be better or worse, or what would it be? I have a couple different people for the lead roles. I have Tom Cruise as a guest. So like if Tom Cruise was in this movie would be a blockbuster, right?
Yeah. I agree, but I don't think it fits Tom Cruise because it's a little too, I don't know.
Like not mainstream, but
a little too fun loving. Not that Tom Cruise can't have some fun, but I feel like he's at this he takes his action movies a little more seriously, I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. It kind of had a blend of action.
Like he'll
and fun.
do some comedy.
But that's comedy.
Later in his career, he does little goofy things here and there, but I feel like it's too fun-loving for him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I also had like George Clooney, Jason Statham, and that was kind of before them. But George Clooney,
I can see George Clooney be it. Actually, that's a good get. George Clooney. If you don't have Nicolas Cage, because I feel like I read somewhere that Bruckheimer's producer of this movie.
Yeah.
They were making this movie with Cage in mind before they signed Cage to this movie. They were writing this character like, oh, this is going to be Cage. We know we can get him. We're writing it for Cage.
And it's not outright a remake because I think they changed the story, right? But it's based off of the
based
old
off
one,
of an older
the classic.
movie. Yeah, it's a rebooting.
I think another one that you told me before about was a guy who was in movies like this at the time.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
I
feel like he wasn't old enough though at this point.
No, he wasn't old enough. But if we're going like if this movie were made 10 years later,
it's the type of movie that he would.
I could
be
totally
in.
see Keanu Reeves doing this. Absolutely.
I think he would do well in that role too. You know?
No, I think he would nail it. I think he would.
Yeah. So I mean, some people may say this movie's terrible, and I can't disagree with you, but I like it.
It has a lot of flaws. It does.
In the Ribisi role, the screw up brother role.
Yeah.
I said Jared Leto. Like, I know that it's kind of too early for him, and he's probably too much of a good actor.
Yeah.
But he was in Fight Club, you know?
I know. But that was still a semi-serious...
art house
he
film.
took himself seriously in that role.
He's not a sellout, okay?
No. But yeah, he's an actor, and I feel he and Ribisi have this indie cred to them.
Yeah.
But I feel like Leto's a little bit more on the... He would look down his nose at this movie.
If they made it today, could you see Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this role?
That's a perfect get right there.
Or like Aaron... No, you know who it would be? It would be Aaron Paul.
Yeah, no, today?
Yeah.
That's it. It's over.
It would definitely be
Aaron
Jesse
Paul.
Pinkman.
Sure. Absolutely.
But I mean, if they were going a little different, I could see JGL, as one would say.
Ooh.
James Franco is a little... He's probably too...
Yeah, I don't know. Franco, he's a little too goofy. I can't see him. That's...
What about Shia LaBeoff?
That's another one. No.
Yeah.
Actually, Shia LaBeouf might be a better move than what's his face,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah,
because he's like way off the deep end.
Yeah,
he kind of looks like
Shia
Dirty
LaBeouf
too.
would be snapping more jokes back at him. He's done the slick back hair thing.
Yeah.
He was in Wall Street too. You know, he has some experience there.
What about Angelina Jolie's role? Do you think they could have cast anybody else?
See, what I was thinking when I was watching it. This is a little left to center here, but I was thinking Halle Berry.
I could see that
during this point in time in her career,
because she was in Swordfish at this around this time.
Swordfish. She was in a lot of crappy action movies. I would consider this a crappy because this was made for a lot of money.
Action movie.
I don't want to call it a crap. I'll take that back. She was in these types of movies.
I'm sure we're gonna get people telling us that it was a crappy action movie. I mean, I liked it, but
damn it if you don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I still can't. I can't disagree.
That's why we're doing this. They're bad, but we love them.
But we love it anyway. It's like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see her.
What do you think?
I also had The girl from The Craft. I don't know how the hell to say her name.
The dirty girl.
Yeah, Fairuza
She's
Balk.
got like the raspy voice.
Yeah, she's in Waterboy.
Waterboy, yeah.
I could see her. Like, she's probably not big enough for that. Like you said, it was a tack on role.
But that was like the quintessential alternative girl for 90s movies.
Nev Campbell doesn't really work. I don't know.
Yeah, she's a little too serious.
Past her time. If they did it today, I could see it being Megan Fox. Although she's too young. Maybe that's a little like rapey.
Yeah, because you got to be the love interest of the older guy. Yeah. So, yeah.
I also, who could do it? Cersei Lannister, the Lena Headey. Like, she would do that now.
I could see that.
She's kind of like the new Jolie.
No, yeah, but with a little bit of an accent going on, it'd be very sexy. I like that.
What about Calitri? Who do you think, like, back then, who would you pick?
I'll tell you what, we were talking about this before. It's Christian Bale.
Like, before Bale was
the guy.
Bale.
Because before Bale was Batman and before Bale was winning Oscars and nominated for Golden Globes, he was the bad guy in
Shaft.
Shaft,
right?
that's right. Shaft. Yeah.
And like American Psycho.
Yeah, he was in American Psycho, and American Psycho is kind of where he jumped off. But it was a very goofy role, but it was also very serious.
He could play a killer.
He could have been Calitri. He has the Welsh accent.
Yeah.
Very thick.
I actually love that.
Yeah, the foreign thing going for him. Plus, he's a bigger guy. He looks if he was in shape the way he was in shape in American Psycho, he could have been a more imposing character.
Would he have run in his shop naked with a chainsaw?
Yeah, no, he would have been shirtless during that scene where he took him through the lair. But
what about like Otto's?
Yeah.
Like I think you said to me, who'd you say?
This Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, throw that in for Gene Hackman. It's better if it's Gene Hackman.
That actually works. Yeah. But is it replacements Gene Hackman or is it like Lex Luthor Gene Hackman?
Oh, it's replacements Gene Hackman all the way.
Like with the hat and everything.
Yeah.
Could he do this?
Coach of the Generals, yeah.
He does kind of have the same hair. They have like the horseshoe, but they have the skullet going on. Like the horseshoe skullet, like slick back.
Slick back skullet. Like the Hogan hair. Hulk Hogan hair.
Yeah. Like he wears the bandana to cover up the fact that he doesn't have any hair on the top.
But it's like straight grease.
What about Castlebeck? I thought Billy Bob Thornton. Not to like cast Jolie's like husband or whatever.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if Billy Bob Thornton was Castlebeck, this movie would be infinitely better. It would be more well respected. It would have been better reviewed.
I feel like he could have handled it too. He would have been really good.
Yeah, it would have been great.
I like him.
And I thought Oliphant was great by himself.
No, he was good. He had the perfect like I'm a rookie, but I'm way better than this idiot who's doing this. I totally should be doing this guy's job vibe. You know?
Right. So who's his equivalent in your mind in this role?
I had a couple people, okay, and I guess originally it could have been Jeff Daniels. That's probably a terrible choice, actually, thinking back on it. But if they did it today, if they did this today and redid this movie, it would be Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
That's who I would pick.
That's perfect, actually.
Because I feel like he did it in American Hustle. He's sort of like the cop that was trying to, do his thing. Yeah. But I love... Like, I don't know if this goes too into detail, but I feel like after this movie's over, in a sequel, Castlebeck gets fired immediately. Oh, okay?
Yeah.
And Oliphant takes his job immediately. Like, he was waiting for Castlebeck to just screw up. Like, he wasn't telling him to stop the whole time because he knew that he was going to get fired from this. So it was just one of those situations.
Castlebeck, he falls into hard times, tries to boost some cars for Calitri's understudy. He's in trouble.
Memphis.
Who does he know that could get him out of trouble boosting cars? Gone at 59.
There it is. Castlebeck. Yeah, he falls on hard times. Yeah. Oh my God, that would be way too perfect.
Yeah, can there be a sequel to this movie?
I think we should write one.
Yeah.
I challenge everyone listening to write one.
Like, I know they make a sequel to everything, and some of it's direct to DVD.
This would definitely be direct to DVD.
But is this like realistically, can they make a sequel to this movie, or is it a little bit too like one off?
I think they could. I mean, I think it would be one of those situations. It would have to be someone else is in trouble. Memphis hung it up. Yeah. I mean, they did it with the Fast movies. They have like, what, 7? They're going to be 8 now?
Yeah, they're releasing 7.
Yeah, so...
Making 8.
And if you would have asked me at the end of Fast 1, could they make a second? I would have said, hell no. And then after you would have asked me at the end of the second one, I would have said, hell no.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I remember specifically, very vividly, being in the theater for Fast 2.
Yeah.
Before it started, it was like a midnight screening. A friend of mine was working at the theater, and I was like, "This movie's gonna suck. It's just why are they making this? And they got Tyrese. Like, what do they got? What do they got going on? They don't even have Vin Diesel in this movie. It's gonna be terrible." Watched it, walked out, was blown away.
Kind of loved it, right? I loved it too. See, there's something to be said about these movies, and these are the type of movies that we're gonna be doing on here. Like, yeah, the critics might not have loved it, but maybe there's something in there that shows you that you really like it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think it would be kind of fun to create a sequel to this. Gone in 59 or Gone in 61, I challenge everyone listening to go create one. Leave it in the comments on the blog for this podcast.
Sure.
I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say about this movie? Final thoughts?
I don't know. I just would like to say that I feel like this movie's better now than what it was when I watched it first 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it still holds up. I think there's a reason why it's on TNT every 3 months or so.
Yeah.
Still circulating on, Encore, Showtime.
Yeah, it shows on Encore a lot.
Yeah, it still circulates on those channels, and there's a reason for it. Some of those movies disappear. Like, I know we mentioned, a movie like Swordfish, right?
Yeah.
Like, the movies like that, it goes into obscurity. It's gone. You don't really see it anymore. This movie keeps popping up on regular TV, and there's a reason for it.
That says something.
It's got seeds. It's got seeds that'll suck you in for a half hour at a time, and that's what it's all about.
And to me, I think that is the silver lining. Yeah. I mean, that to me is why I really like this movie. It's got Cage, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you like the show, stay tuned for more. We're going to be doing this for some time on. Let us know what movies you guys want to watch.
Yeah, please.
If you want to watch something and you want us to watch it too, we could do a show on it. Let us know. No
matter how obscure, well, don't make it too obscure, but I mean, just give us a shout. We would like to do this with your requests, so please go by all means.
So send us an email, thelastrowpodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter @thelastrowpod. Look for us on Facebook. We have a Google Plus page. And again, as we said in the beginning of the show, call and leave us a voicemail. Whatever you want to say, let us know what you think about the movie. Leave us a voicemail about your ending of this movie, however you want to see it.
Rewrite this thing.
Yeah, it's 415-779-5278. And you can also find that number on the website.
415-775-LAST.
And if you like what we do, head on out to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review.
7-star review.
Give us a 7-star review. And leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. So
you can tell us we suck as long as you give us the 7 stars. So don't tell us we suck. We'll cry.
I'm all about that.
I will. I'll cry.
So anyway.
This is very fun. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep going. See ya.
See ya.